let us go to another problem where fx is equals to e to the power x. Now we have to identify the differentiation of this particular equation, y is equals to e to the power x. Then what happens again? The equation should be equal to, for dy dx, limit h tends to 0 fx plus h minus fx by h. So limit h tends to 0 e to the power x plus h, that should be minus e to the power x whole divided by h. So now from this we can take common e to the power x, because if I make further, that means this becomes actually e to the power x into e to the power h, that is as per this minus e to the power x and whole divided by h. So finally if I get e to the power x as common and limit h tends to 0, that becomes c to the power h minus 1 by h. Now we know from the limit x tends to 0 e to the power x minus 1 by x is equals to 1. That is from the limit. You can be able to identify this one. When we will do the limit part, then we can also explain that part. E to the power x into that becomes 1. So you will get the value as e to the power x. So finally for fx is equals to e to the power x, the value of the differentiation is equals to e to the power x again. Now there is another problem we are taking now, that is fx is equals to sin x. Okay, y fx y, that is equals to sin x. Now we want to identify again the value of this dy dx. How to identify this? Means limit h tends to 0 fx plus h, that becomes sin of x plus h minus fx means sin x whole divided by h. Now this becomes what? Sin c minus sin d, that is the trigonometry if you have done earlier. Actually that is basically in your 11th standard. So what is the formula? Sin c minus sin d, there is the formula like this: 2 into cos c plus d by 2 into sin of c minus d by 2, that is the formula. So what to write? Say this one c and this one d. So we can be able to write this one like limit h tends to 0 sin c minus sin d means 2 into cos of c plus d by 2 means 2x plus h by 2 into sin of c minus d by 2 means x plus h minus x, which is h by 2 whole divided by h. Okay, now what happens here? If I put h0 in this particular cosine function, then if h0, that becomes 2 and 2 crossed out cos x. So that is not undefined, that is one real term. So we can be able to take care of this. So cos of, we can say 2x by 2, that becomes x. When we are putting h as equals to 0, that means 0 2x by 2 cos x. So cos x means that is not actually relating any kind of h then, so we can take it out from the limit. So remaining part is limit h tends to 0 sin of h by 2 divided by h, and there is 2, so we can take it denominator like this. Okay, now the formula as per the limit is concerned, limit x tends to 0 if sin x by x is there, so that becomes 1. That is another formula for limit. So sin x by x, that becomes equals to 1. And here the important part is, whatever be the type of the variable here, you must have the same type of variable here. So finally this becomes 1. So here also this sin of h by 2 by h by 2, when limit h tends to 0, that means h by 2 also tends to 0. So what happens? This one h by 2, this is h by 2, this is h by 2, means this one x, this one x, this one x. So finally this particular portion becomes 1. So we can write the value is cos x, that is 1. So cos x is the ultimate value. So that means if there is y is equals to sin x is there, and if you want to identify the dy dx, the value of the dy dx must be equal to cos x.